counting is it's the counties. What you have in every state in America is a lot of counties. Small little towns, hamlets, are equivalent of villages in some cases. Some are small, some are big. And they all have their own little counting system and they all have to be counted. In Nevada, for some inexplicable reason, there are very few of them, but it takes them endless amounts of time to do it, which is just weird. So we're monitoring all this and we'll bring you the results. Have we got the Trump schoolroom baby clip? This made me laugh out loud yesterday. Watch this. Just watch and have a laugh. I'm not saying that will happen if Trump refuses to leave the White House, but it wouldn't entirely surprise us, would it, if that was the real scene? That's from the Comedy Central. I saw it on The Poke, put it out on Twitter yesterday. Very, very funny. It's interesting because Trump, he clearly just doesn't have it in him to lose. He hates losing. It's his worst nightmare if he loses. He's already said last week, I just hate losing. Fair enough, he's honest about his hatred of losing. Nobody really likes losing. But the way you lose when you're a presidential candidate...
Lose with dignity.
Well, I remember John McCain. If you may remember, John McCain, great war hero, had been tortured in Vietnam for years, could have left several times, but stayed in because he wanted to protect his men. Amazing valour he showed.
He was ridiculed by President Trump, wasn't he?
He was. In fact, funny enough, Arizona, which was his state, now looks like it's flipped away from Trump, and it may be a reaction to all the vitriol that Trump has poured on John McCain's head, even since he died, which would be truly ironic.
He said, my heroes didn't get captured.
Yeah, terrible. He said, how can you be a hero if you get captured? Well, the truth is, John McCain was a hero. And when he got beaten by Barack Obama, he made an incredibly powerful speech of concession. Let's take a little look at some of it. It was a remarkable speech, and we've seen others like that over the years, but that's how you go with dignity and grace, President Trump, and I hope you do, if you do lose. And he's not lost yet. I mean, the irony of all this tantrum throwing is he might still win, in which case he's now delegitimised an election where he might be the winner. So where does that leave us if he's actually said his own election is a fraud on the people?
Keep counting the votes.
It's very important to keep counting the votes. He said stop counting yesterday, and then somebody pointed out, does he realise if they stop counting right now, Joe Biden's president? I mean, do the maths, Mr. President. Anyway, we'll be watching all this. Another little thing that bubbled up yesterday, which I loved. Our old friend, Harmony Rose, the bravest little kid in Britain, although she wouldn't even want to be called brave. She doesn't think there's anything different about it.
She lost her limbs to
meningitis. For any reason she shouldn't be brave. She is absolutely amazing.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
A world finalist.
You never hear her complain. She's never anything but happy and smiling. She's utterly determined to just crack on with life. And yet she got meningitis when she was very young as a baby, given a 10% chance of survival, has no limbs that we all take for granted. Quite remarkable little girl. She has a great Twitter account that puts out this stuff. And every time I see these videos, I'm like, I can't believe this is the latest thing she's doing. Yeah. But if you are moaning away at the moment, because you can't go to the pub, or you're moaning because you can't go raving, or you're moaning because you can't go on a holiday and lie on a beach for a week, you know who you are. I'm not talking about the people that are really suffering at the moment. I mean, the ones, a lot of people who just fed up they can't have, a nice rum daiquiri on the beach. Think of people like Harmony Rose.
Rose, you're our inspiration. 8 minutes past 7. Let's bring you up to date with the latest headlines then. The final result.
Trump's comments last night. The last president I covered who refused to accept the vote count in an election was Mahmoud Ahmadinejad in Iran in 2009. Not a parallel that we should wish the President of the United States to have. Well, breaking news now. There are reports in the last few hours...
Another huge sadness about the lockdown, isn't it? That members of the public won't be able to see the usual ceremony for Remembrance Sunday. And we're going to talk to the Archbishop of Canterbury a little bit later on. He's also very concerned about the fact that religious services are banned as well under lockdown. 12 minutes past 7.
It is what it is, everybody. It is what it is. We've all got to do our bit. We've all got to dig deep. And we've got to crack on, because otherwise what's the option? Honestly, what is the option? Yeah. These are tough times. It's a big challenge. We've all got to make sacrifice in different ways.
And here's Andy Peters.
And here's one. Shame on you, Dan Walker. Shame on you, you mini cheddar.
Munching.
Thief. Wow. You won't make your next volume of Remarkable People with revelations like that. Shocking. You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV.
We'll see you in just a moment.